Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and I help people find their center. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 signs of a starseed spiritual awakening depression or a starseed depression and some tips on how to work through it. So, what is a starseed? A starseed is somebody that knows that we're a multidimensional being, that knows we exist on other planes of existence, on other planets, on other star systems. And if you've heard of a spiritual awakening, a starseed awakening is a little different. So your spiritual awakening is when you awaken to more of who you are, awakening from the ego into your spirit. Your starseed awakening is when you become aware that you're multidimensional. You may have some run-ins with some extraterrestrials, with some aliens, UFOs, and some concepts like that. Parallel reality jumping, time loops, black holes, dark matter, and all that other stuff. But it can be exciting to be a starseed. It can be really exciting at first when you have a regular spiritual awakening, when you have a starseed awakening even more so. However, it can be really, after a while, that you sense of euphoria that you had when you went through part of your starseed awakening can fade. And you can go from basically euphoria, which is feeling high, to crashing and feeling really dysphoric. And dysphoria means it's the opposite of euphoria. It's like a depression, it's anxiety, could be suicidal thoughts, it could be feeling like, nothing resonates with you anymore, which is similar to a regular spiritual awakening. But I think a starseed awakening is bigger. It's more intense in a way. And how do you know that you're going through a starseed depression? Number one is you're having a lot of negative thoughts. You're having a lot of maybe suicidal thoughts. You may be having a lot of thoughts of fear coming up. You may be having a lot of picking up on the collective. You may be, questioning reality. You may be saying, why is this happening to me? And you feel like there's just no way out of this funk. So having these fear-based thoughts, having these, feeling like you can't get out of this, and moving through that can be challenging. After the awakening sets in, the euphoria fades, the dysphoria comes in, then you deal with some of the shadow sides of the starseed journey, which is, severe depression, anxiety, feeling like you don't fit in, feeling like you don't have a place and a purpose anymore. And so the number one sign that you're going through a starseed depression is, number one, the feeling of dysphoria. Number two is the feeling like you're alone, feeling like you don't connect to people the way you used to, feeling like you're alone on your journey and on your path. Do you feel like nobody gets you? Do you feel like people in your family or your friends or your peer group are like looking at you as the weird one? Like, why are you looking at starseeds? Like, what's weird about you? What's different about you? And once you go through your awakening and that dysphoria sets in, that fear, then you start to go through, like I said, feeling alone, feeling like you're not connected to the past, feeling like you're not connected to those around you and that nobody gets you and that you're all alone. And the truth is, when you're going through that part of the journey, you are alone. It's because you're meant to clear out some of that old gunk, and you're meant to deal with those feelings of fear and the old negative programming. So again, number one is the feeling of dysphoria. Number two is the feeling of being alone. Number three, the third sign that you're going through a starseed depression is that no matter what you do, you can't seem to come out of this funk. No matter what positive stuff you're listening to, no matter what kind of meditation you're doing, no matter what kind of like Reiki or energetic healing or uplifting stuff, nothing is helping you. Nothing is working. And you feel just utterly stuck. And to be honest, I was kind of going through that for the past couple of days. I felt like in a funk. I was having some negative thoughts coming up, old programming, even, a couple of like suicidal thoughts of like, why am I here? And stuff like that. But it was, and I'm finally starting to feel like I'm coming out of that. And it's not easy, man. I can tell you that it doesn't feel like it ends at sometimes. It doesn't feel like there's an end in sight. But if you just keep going a little longer, this shadow period, this starseed depression that you're going through, it does get better at some point. It's just, and you may not want to hear this, it may take a little bit of time to transition out of that darkness. It may be there for a reason. And recognizing, learning and looking up these 3 different signs, the dysphoria, the feeling alone, and the feeling like you're never getting out of this funk and stuff like that, are 3 signs that you're going through a starseed depression. And a lot of what's going on right now is that you may not even be picking up on your own crap. You may be picking up on the crap of those around you, of those in the collective, of those in the environment. I've been feeling a lot of stuff coming up in my liver, a lot of frustration. And the liver in Chinese medicine and in polarity in Ayurvedic medicine, Reiki and that stuff is linked to emotions. It's linked to self-expression. So a lot of us right now, we have to go on wearing masks and stuff like that. And a lot of us are starting to wake up and realize that, we're kind of being suppressed in some ways. That can manifest itself in the body as frustration, as feeling it in the liver, which is like in this part of your body here. You may feel some heat coming out of there. So by stepping into more of who you are, by realizing that the point of you being a starseed and you feeling these deep, intense feelings, even at a young age, and feeling like you're alone and that nobody gets you and that you feel like there's no end in sight to this darkness, the purpose of the darkness is for you to transmute it. The purpose of being a starseed is waking up first. The purpose of that is because you can spiritually handle that weight load, and you chose to in a higher level. Now, I know you may be saying, like, why would I choose feeling depressed? Why would I choose these feelings of being alone and feeling like I'm the only one in my family who kind of is like on this path and nobody gets me, and having these, thoughts and stuff like that? It's because you're meant to transmute them. No one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. You can have guides. You can look up Reiki. You can get some healing. But my biggest recommendation is to get out in nature, unplug from the matrix, unplug from that personality, unplug from those old beliefs that are weighing you down. And like I said, a starseed depression can feel like even more of a depression than just the physical. It can feel like a spiritual depression. It can feel like a spiritual, like, burden and weight on your shoulders when you feel like you're not connecting with your higher self, when you feel like you're not connecting with your guides and your angels, and you may feel cut off from source energy and your starseed self. But I can tell you that you might just be going through, like, it's like a tunnel. It's a tunnel that seems to have like a long hallway kind of a thing. And that's where the most growth happens, is in the darkness, in the dark matter, in the yin energy. So just try to hang in there, man. I get it. Comment down below. Let me know what you're going through. If you're going through a starseed depression, if you're going through, a starseed awakening, and you've just gotten to the point of the starseed depression that kind of sets in after a while, hit me up. Let me know. I can tell you that you're not the only one going through that. There may be others around you, even on this channel and channels like that are going through a similar thing. And sometimes just knowing that it's okay and that you're not alone will help you to at least feel a little bit relieved. And sometimes the best thing that you can do is just go from shit to suck. And just that slight bump, to be honest, might even help you a little bit to shift some of that energy. So let me know what you're going through. Let me know if you've gone through your own starseed depression and how you've worked through it. Like I said, I've been using the past couple of days to go within. I've started to write more, to get outside in nature. I did a particular kind of martial art that tuned into my liver, and that helped me release some of that frustration, some of that feeling stuck, some of that feeling of, feeling depressed and stuff like that, and just ride it out, man. You know that it's a part of the journey, it's a part of the process. You'll get there, you'll get out of it. If you're having any suicidal thoughts, definitely seek professional help. Don't wait. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself, not just mentally, but spiritual health is super important too. So, again, get outside in nature, disconnect, connect to other starseeds on this channel and others like it. Reach out for help. And you're valuable. You're here for a reason. Be grateful that the depression is happening for you, because you were one of the first waivers meant to wake up and help people to wake up too. You're most likely the first one awake in your family and your peer group, and that's why, is because you can handle the load. You're transmuting all this energy, and you're a lighthouse. You're a powerhouse, man, of source energy. So I'm grateful that I've been going through this funk for the past couple of days and any of the other hardships that I've had, because it's taught me to go further within myself. And then when I come out of it, I emerge even more powerful and having more energy and being like, whoa, I'm glad that happened. So anyway, give this video a thumbs up, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe, check out more content. And I hope you have a wonderful day, beautiful star seeds and light workers out there. Peace and unity.